What's up, y'all? frycooksonly here, back at it again with some more Mass Effect 2. Let's play it. Today we're going to be talking about childhood therapy. Now, I was an angry child. You know, a lot of people are angry when they're young. You know, I used to have my birthday at those bowling alleys, and I would get those bowling trophies as a kid. And when my mom, she'd put me in timeout, I would take the bowling pin and I'd be in my room. She'd kind of shut me in the room, and I would throw the bowling pin, the big one, at my door and bust holes in it. So that's kind of what I would do as a kid. And it seems like Jack it kind of has those vibes as well. Kind of angry, kind of upset all the time. A lot of tattoos, doesn't like wearing a shirt. You know, I've been there. So we're going to see what Jack is all about now.
I forgot how much I hate this place. See the landing pad? Has to be on the roof, or the vegetation would overgrow it in a few hours.
Shepard, I am picking up thermal signatures everywhere, except at your landing zone.
Something's distorting the sensors.
This was a secret Cerberus facility.
Yeah, they build their equipment to last. Assholes. It was a mistake coming back here, Shepard.
Get a hold of yourself. It'll be okay.
I'm fine. Okay, let's get on the ground.
I had a lot of therapy as a kid. I was an angry kid, and my parents didn't really know what to do about it. A lot of tantrums, just a lot of anger. So, you know, I had a counselor when I was pretty young, I think like 6 or something, and we just kind of would play with like toys and stuff, like blocks. We do, you know, we talk about like Darth Maul, Star Wars and shit, yeah, you know, that kind of stuff, lightsabers and that kind of nonsense. So it's pretty cool. I'm not sure if it directly helped me at that age. I don't remember much of it, but I think it was interesting.
I never saw this room. I think they brought new kids in these containers. They were messed up and starving, but alive.
I think it's interesting that you can be that young and that angry, you know, for maybe no reason, or maybe there is a reason. I had a lot of bad dreams. You know, when I was a kid, I would have a lot of bad dreams. A lot of them about like the end of the world. Very scary stuff. Very, very vivid imagery of things on fire, and I would wake up and just be crying. You know, a lot of nightmares about it. I remember I had this weird thing where like I would my sensory feelings, like my fingertips, I would like be touching the blankets, and the blankets would feel different. They would start to feel like more like muddy and thick, and that's how I knew I was having like a nightmare episode. Not really sure what that was about, but I did start seeing another therapist at some point in I think elementary school. Someone's dad that I went to school with. Nice guy. We used to drink a lot of sodas and play Sequence. Not really sure if we ever talked about anything serious, but we did drink a lot of soda. And that is something that hasn't really changed about me. When I think about who I am, you know, today versus who I was then, I'm not as angry anymore. But I do still drink a lot of soda, and that's a problem for sure. But the point is, nice guy. Second therapist was nice. Probably the best therapist I've had. I tried another one a couple years ago. Really did not click with that person. But that's the trouble with therapy. You know, it's not just about getting a therapist. It's about you got to find someone who you click with. So I feel like there's a trial and error element. That can be tough, but I got lucky with this guy when I was a kid, because he was pretty good to me. I just remember drinking a lot of sodas, you know, with this guy. playing Sequence. I think that's the only time I've played Sequence, but you know what? It was fun, you know? So the dreams eventually stopped, you know? I eventually stopped having the dreams, which is good, because they were scary dreams. I still get that feeling sometimes, you know? Things start feeling a little thicker, a little weirder. My fingertips. I imagine that's what, like, I don't know, maybe like what like Spider-Man feels when he starts shooting webs or something.
This looks like an arena.
That's right. They used to stage fights here, pit me against other kids. I loved it. Only time I was ever out of my cell.
What were they studying?
Hell if I know. Maybe that's how they got their kicks. I never understood anything that happened here.
How often did they do this?
I was in a cell my whole life. Sometimes they took me out and made me fight, filled me with drugs, other stuff. Time gets funny in a cell.
Did other children die in these fights?
I was a kid, filled with drugs. I got shocked when I hesitated. Narcotics flooded my veins when I attacked.
They actually rewarded you for attacking.
I still get warm feelings during a fight.
Let's keep moving.
What I'm saying is that I think Jack here was probably an angry kid. Still is pretty angry. I didn't get the whole narcotics treatment. I didn't ever get into a fight either, you know, and I don't know if that's something I regret. But I think there's probably something to be said for having that experience.
Security Officer Zimkel, Telton facility. The subjects are out of their cells. They're tearing the place up. Subject 0 is going to get loose. I need permission to terminate. I repeat, permission to terminate. All subjects besides 0 are expendable. Keep Jack alive. Understood. I'll begin to...
That's not right. I broke out when my guards disappeared. I started that riot.
Things might have happened that you didn't see.
The other kids attacked me, the guards attacked me, the automated systems attacked me. That doesn't leave lots of room for interpretation. This place is supposed to be empty. Who the fuck shot that Baron? It's a fresh kill.
You know, I feel like in a sense, like, and I only ever saw one, like, school fight. I feel like I missed out on that, you know? I've watched a lot of World Star, a lot of high school fight compilations, and that's fine, but, like, I feel like I really kind of missed out on the real thing. I did see one fight in middle school. That was pretty good. This kind of smaller girl beat this bigger guy up who was kind of picking on her, which was awesome, you know? That's what we like to see out here. You know, not violence for the sake of violence, but righteous, you know, defensive retaliation. You know, and that's just the kind of thing that, one, they didn't teach me that in therapy, and they probably shouldn't. They shouldn't have. I was an angry kid, and you know, I mellowed out a lot as I kind of went into my teens. So, you know, maybe if they would have taught me how to fight in therapy, maybe if that would have actually been bad, you know, maybe that would have been like the opposite of what you want, you know. I don't know. I have that nagging feeling, you know, that I really missed out on some experience because I don't know how to fight, you know. My roommate, he knows how to fight, you know, and that's one thing I value about my roommate is that I know that if I'm with my roommate, you know, I can count on him to protect me because I hate to say it, but I just don't know how capable I am. You know, I carried a knife around for a while, and I gotta get another one because it's good to have some form of defense, you know, in this world. But I feel like even so, what would I do? You know, like I'm a small guy. I don't have any combat experience. So you wonder if it's all a moot point, you know? But I think Jack knows how to do, like Jack knows. There's no denying that, you know? That's one thing I like about Jack in Mass Effect 2. That's why we're back at her old fucking school or whatever, trying to blow this shit up, I guess. I was fortunate to go to a nicer looking school than this.
I must have come through here when I broke out, but I don't remember it. This is a bad place.
Entry 1054, Telton facility. The latest iteration of Pergnim went poorly. Subjects 1, 4, and 6 died. No biotic change among the survivors. We lowered core temperatures of surviving subjects, but no biotically beneficial reactions occurred. As a side effect, all subjects died. So we'll not try that on Zero. I hope our supply of biotic potential subjects holds up. We are going through them fast.
This is bullshit. They weren't experimenting on the other children for my safety.
You can't help what they did to others.
You don't get it, Shepard. I survived this place because I was tougher than the rest. That's who I am.
You move on. Harder and tougher.
And like Jack didn't get the chance, you know, to have that bowling alley birthday party, to get the big bowling pin, to have you can have all your friends sign it, and then one day you're upset because you want to watch Lion King again or something, and your mom won't let you, and so you throw it at the wall, or you kick a hole in the whatever with the bowling pin.
It's all fallen to pieces. The subjects are rampaging and Zero is loose. We're shutting Telton down. What a disaster. We'll infiltrate and piggyback onto the Alliance's Ascension program. Hopefully, that will give... What? Zero, wait!
Shepard, they started up somewhere else.
Ascension is an Alliance program. It's a school for biotic kids. They don't torture children there.
A lot of this isn't the way I remember it.
There was a lot going on.
I was dumb. I keep my eyes open now, and I always shoot first. We're getting close to my cell, the place I came from. Let's keep going.
I think it's interesting though. I have to imagine it was frustrating, being my parents. You got this kid just running around kicking holes in the drywall.
Hey, Aresh, it's Kieran. Yeah, the intruders are here. You want them dead? We have to talk creds. You promised us lots of salvage, but this place is a waste. Fine, we'll put them down. Then I'm coming in there and we're gonna talk salvage.
What are you doing here?
First we're gonna kill you, then we'll see.
Like, nobody wanted to take me down, you know what I mean? Nobody wanted to kill me. I was just fucking, 7 years old playing my dad's PC games. What was I on about? Anyway, the most recent therapist I had, it was a pretty lackluster experience because, I think the first two people that I talked to earlier in my life, I think they got me a little bit more, and I think maybe it was because I was younger, which that's kind of funny, right? Because in a way they probably didn't understand, because what I wanted when I was a kid was to be an adult. I didn't want to be a kid, so they probably didn't understand that. But this person that I started seeing for about a year, man, I hated going. It was the worst thing showing up to those sessions because they didn't want to do any self-analysis. They didn't want to analyze me, and I kind of want that. I want someone to analyze it. Like, I want someone to tell me what my problem is, or at least work through that with me. But this person would just kind of talk about their life. They like to talk about riding around on quads with their grandkids, which, like, that's fine. That's cute. But they would always talk about, like, going up north with their grandkids and riding quads around, and I don't know. I think they were just in a very different place in their life, because I think it's helpful to talk to people who have similar experiences as you, and are kind of fucked up in the same ways that you are. And this person just clearly, I think, had a lot of, like, day-to-day drama that they needed to vent about, so I ended up hearing a lot about that. And maybe it's my fault too, maybe I didn't open up enough, but it was so hard to get along with this, middle-aged, kind of like country lady, just talk about riding quads and stuff like that. It wasn't what I was looking for, so So, and that's it. That's the history of me, you know, and therapy. So I think someday, maybe I'll try again, you know, and I think I would like to try to look for somebody that I can relate to. You know, I think that's important, and it's tough to find a therapist that you can relate to. I don't know how you're supposed to do it. I don't know if there's some kind of list or database where you can kind of look. Maybe there's like a list of, you can see what bugs people. You know, that's kind of what I want to see. Like, you've got the list of therapists, and then these are their biggest pet peeves, or like these are the biggest things that trouble them in life.
Come out. We know you're here.
Who are you?
My name is Aresh, and you're breaking into my home. I know you, Subject Zero. So many years have passed, and I thought I was the only survivor.
My name is Jack. How the hell do you know me?
We all knew your face, Jack. They inflicted horrors on us so their experiments wouldn't kill you. You were the question, and I'm still looking for the answer.
Looks like you're not the only one pulled back here, Jack.
I tried to forget this, but a place like this, it doesn't forget you. It follows you. I hired these mercs and came back almost a solar year ago. We're rebuilding it piece by piece. I'm gonna find out what they knew, how to unlock true biotic potential in humans. I'm restarting the Telton facility. It will be beautiful.
I wanted a hole in the ground. He's trying to justify what happened by using it?
You do the same thing to new kids. Wasn't this forced on you?
Some were bought from poor families on Earth or kidnapped from colonies. Most ended up here the way I did. Batarian pirates. They did such horrible things to us. They must have had good reasons.
There's no reason good enough. Are you nuts? You lived it.
This place was like a prison. How'd you get out?
We all attacked at once as they were taking us to the lab. They would have put us down. But then Jack got loose. When I came to, it was over. The guards, the scientists, and the kids were all dead. And you were gone.
I stopped it. All of it. Maybe the others did have it bad, but what you're doing is just messed.
Everything we went through must have been worth something!
We can blow up the place, but that still leaves him. What do we do with another you?
That's easy.
Just leave me here. This is where I belong.
Fuck that.
Jack, he's trapped in his past. You need to move on from yours.
He wants to restart this place. He needs to die.
He's crazy and he's never gonna restart this facility. You have to let it go. Your past doesn't have to control you.
Fuck. Get out of here. Go. He's not worth chasing. None of it is.
You did the right thing, Jack.
Maybe. This room was my whole childhood. Give me a minute to look around.
Go ahead.
Nothing's changed, but it's all different. I used this table for everything. It was like my best friend. I'd crawl under it to cry. I was pathetic. Sometimes I dream that I'm back in this bed being tortured. I used to tie the sheets around my wrists and try to rip them off. I want to stop coming back here. I thought that room out there was the rest of the world. I'd pound and yell. Never did any good. See the scarring on the wall here? That's where I killed my first man. One of the guards tried to stop me. Instead, I stopped him. Okay, no more wallowing. Let's blow this place to hell.
we blew that place to hell.
Jack and Miranda are in the middle of a disagreement. Can you head it off before they tear out a bulkhead?
I'll deal with it.
Take pictures.
Touch me and I will smear the walls with you, bitch!
Enough. Stand down, both of you.
The cheerleader won't admit what Cerberus did to me was wrong.
It wasn't Cerberus. Not really. But clearly you were a mistake.
Screw you! You've got no idea what they put me through. Maybe it's time I showed you.
Our mission is too important to let personal feelings get in the way.
Fuck your feelings. I just want her dead.
You both know what we're up against. Save your anger for the collectors.
I can put aside my differences until the mission's over.
Sure, I'll do my part. I'd hate to see her die before I get a chance to fillet her myself.
You two gonna be okay?
It's a good thing you came by when you did. As long as she does her job, we'll be fine. Thanks, Shepard.
All I'm saying is that finding a therapist that you click with is complicated.